First quarter US GDP data and an ECB monetary policy announcement headline. An action-packed set of top-tier event risk in the week ahead. US dollar forecast. US dollar looks to GDP data for another upward push. The US dollar is eyeing first quarter GDP data with hopes for another upward push, having mounted a spirited recovery amid swelling Fed rate hike speculation. Euro forecast. Euro may be pressured with ECB meeting in focus. The Euro trade-weighted index remains up by over 9% year-over-year, a point of interest for the ECB when it meets this week. A small shift in language by the ECB could undermine the euro as market participants remain net long. British pound forecast. The trend remains your long-term friend. Sterling traders have had a busy week with data prints and commentary from Bank of England Governor Mark Carney weighing on GBP. Japanese yen forecast. Yen weakness remains as Japanese inflation settles. The BOJ is on deck after a spike in the early portion of the year. Inflation has started to settle in Japan, and with the BOJ on the calendar for next week, the door remains open for a continuation of yen weakness. Australian dollar forecast. Australian dollar faces potential local CPI and US GDP miss. The Australian dollar fundamental outlook is neutral as key local and US data might both underperform. Can risk trends take the spotlight in such a scenario? Crude oil forecast. OPEC approaches mission accomplished moment in Jeddah. WTI near $70 last week provided another feather in the cap for crude oil bulls, with a combination of bullish comments from the IEA, tightening physical supplies from EIA, and OPEC's progress. Equities forecast. In the spotlight for the DAX. Gold forecast. Breaking of ranges is unlikely to be on the cards for gold. Gold prices slid amid rising expectations of 3 more rate hikes, pricing now at 44%, alongside easing geopolitical tensions. Looking ahead, US GDP and trade balance could instigate notable price action in the bullion. CWIP live coverage is scheduled to cover key event risk for the FX and capital markets on the daily FX webinar calendar. See how retail traders are positioning in the majors using the IG client sentiment readings on the sentiment page.